Now, the scoring system itself is out of 100. But to my understanding, after a brief look at the website, none have scored that 100. I'd like to bring this question up to you. We've got certain provinces that have seen a boom in development, especially in the resource industries. We've got Hela, we've got, of course, mining provinces, Western, Morobe as well, New Island. And their scores do not really reflect the kind of development that is happening on the ground. We understand that with these resources, they're supposed to generate a lot of money, which, of course, the authorities can use to put down into paper and say, this is how our money coming in from this certain resource is being done and used. How does that not really correlate to what's being shown on the website?
That's a really good question. This particular website, I must make it clear that it's for that 20 million kina that the government gives for each DDA. What comes outside of the normal government expenditure, like for example, if it's some development grants that's coming from a development project within a district, that's something that we do not have really control over. I must put it very clearly here. But that's also a very good question to also consider as well too. But within the jurisdiction and scope of this website, we're looking at that particular service delivery funding that's given to each of the DDAs. So I'll put it at that.
For the listeners, you might be wondering why is that so? You have to understand that DDA is more like an organization itself with the CEO of the company, the company CEO, and chairman of DDA, which an MP. So it operates on its own. Law managing this 10 million DSIP fund. Gamanam surking 20 million. Yeah, this is the only funding that DDA and managing them, and DDA watch and DDA that's all. No, look, display documents. That's all. Yes, so this is our focus.
All right, so thank you for clarifying on that. We are saying that DDAs must provide an annual expenditure, and these acquittals to DIRD on or before the 31st of March. And, as you monitor through all these websites, you've mentioned some of the challenges that, getting this kind of information can be a bit of a hindrance into getting real-time updated information. Maybe you can expand a little bit more on that too as well.
Yes, thank you. Like the challenge, as I alluded, or Kate has also alluded to earlier on, is having access to those information and having them publicly available for public consumption. It's been a struggle for us as well as an organization. Is that, we've tried several means, and one of them, as I said, like we've written, 96 letters and dropped them at each of pigeonholes at the Parliament House, asking for this information. We've also tried contacting each of the DDAs using formal and informal means to try to grab hold of, documentations or context. One thing that also has assisted us is use of media. If there's any source, any media reporting, we always have to come across, names of either CEO or something, and it's more like an ad hoc thing. So whenever we get something, we just use. So the information we get is a bit scratchy. But we are doing, like for now, we also have do follow-ups with DRD as well to get information on the inspection reports or information on context for the CEOs. But we also want to use this platform or this morning as well to say a job well done to the Ombudsman Commission as well too. By recently coming out and saying and telling the CEOs that, look, you're also subject to the leadership code, which is something I think should have also come long time ago. So these CEOs we know now, say you blast all place, you blast away now, I'm say, I'm kind of say member, I'm okay karangen now, I'm ombudsman can only mem now, yeah. So they also subject to the leadership code, and they had to like produce, annual returns. They have to be seen to be performing as per what the leadership code is required of them. Think Ombudsman Commission to give deadline long all DDAs, those ones that are still outstanding to submit their acquittals. I think we've gone past that end of last month, 31st. And due go finish. To date, we don't even know how many of them have submitted acquittals, and I think we're looking at some years going back. Not sure if some of the receipts are still there or have faded away already. Those are the kind of issues that are still pertaining, and I think, thanks to Ombudsman Commission for stepping in to try to give prominence to this issue that it's very, very important. That, money blow people lo place. Service we am supposed to go and, time service,